this year at CES, we're seeing, kind of like how every year is the year of mobile, every year seems to be the year of wearables. But this year, I think what I'm noticing is that certainly there's so many form factors, and they tend to be rather specific in their use case. I think really at this point it's about getting consumers used to the idea of having a sensor-based device that they're incorporating into their daily life. And from that point, it's going to be about the ecosystem and connecting these devices so that even if one manufacturer's device doesn't inherently speak to another, that there's a layer that just connects all these devices. And I think that's going to be really exciting when you've got sensors in different parts of your life, whether it's work, home, entertainment, and just being able to seamlessly integrate them throughout different use cases. Lightwave is a combination of the three elements of my career. Big data and analytics, mobile and emerging technologies, and performance. Before Lightwave, I was actually traveling around as an electronic artist, as a DJ basically. And I think through that experience I realized that there was so much data that we incorporate, and actually so much technology that gets used in the entertainment space, whether it's in the production of the work or even in the performance. There's a lot of really amazing technologies and tools that we incorporate. But as far as linking the same kind of analytics that we use on the web to a live experience, there's nothing. And it seemed like that was a really big opportunity. And simultaneously, sensor-laden devices have become really prominent. So now, all of a sudden, that dream of having the connected audience or kind of having the crowd-shaped event is now possible. And so 3 years ago, we started Lightwave. And now, it's incredible. The devices get smaller, the battery life gets better, and I think really most excitingly, consumers are really excited to use this, and they are coming up with their own uses, and they've got requests for features. And I think that for us is really driving us to make something that changes the way that you experience entertainment. When I think about some of the coolest technologies that I've experienced in the past 10 years or so, a lot of them actually, the genesis is from a branded experience or from an advertising campaign or from some brand that really had the vision to push a technology beyond what it was intended to do. And I think that's really been a driver for us at Lightwave, because the technology is really designed for brands and for properties to take it and have it kind of mold what their objectives are. And I think really the greatest thing about the technology is that the underlying metrics are standardized, but the implementation can be completely unique. So whenever we talk to a brand and we hear a little bit about what they're trying to do, it's great that their identity and their objectives can really come through in the implementation. So when we work with, for instance, really consumer-facing brands, they are able to create rewards or use the technology to give back to the audience that's interfacing. But when we work with, for instance, CPG brands or other brands that are a little bit more serious in nature, they can use the technology for research. We do a lot of work in the film industry reinventing the way that film screenings are done. And what's cool is that work actually gets channeled into the consumer-facing stuff as well. So we have a really interesting data set, and I think that brands can really take advantage of using this new generation of connected devices to get closer to their audiences, to those that they're trying to influence, and it's all measurable for the first time, which is really incredible, and that is very exciting. But a lot of the brands that come to us have an idea too, and I think that's really inspiring for us to see how smart brands have gotten about using this kind of technology.